Alright, Horus back with another episode of the Roman Republic. And before I get started with this battle, which is at Genua against the forces of the Reti that were attacking it, I need to explain, or at least possibly apologize for this war. It seems that in my fatigued state I got ourselves into what is known as an unhappy war. Meaning I have the disadvantage, I am under attack from a number of forces on the other side of the Alps, the Reti among them, along with the Nori and the Helveti, all for small gains, namely Medlan. If I do gain the city, it is true, I put the entire province of Cisalpine Gaul into my hands, but if I lose, I potentially set back this campaign pretty dang far, but we'll see what happens. At the meantime, I've got myself set up at choke points to this city. The auditorium is helping a bit, but I've got the Rorari doing a choke point just as a stopgap measure there. They won't last long, but hopefully if there's any rear attack from that direction, I should be alright. I'm going to bring my skirmishers from my ships to beach, and I'll have them join up with these skirmishers over here. I'm going to do a flanking action with them, my objective being whittle down the flank of the enemy while they press against my Hastati and my Principes. Only one unit of Principes here under Gaius Ahenobarbus. Now that's a Imperial era name, but I'm alright with it. I mean, if he's where is he? That must be him right there. Anyway, he's alright, but we'll see what happens. Alright, starting the battle.
By the souls of my venerated ancestors, this is an excellent day for killing Gauls. Any day is a good day for killing Gauls, but today it feels particularly right and proper. So, let's be at them!
Right and proper day for killing Gauls? Okay. They are really pretty units though, I will grant you that. They look awesome.
Romans, ready for duty! Battle group, awaiting orders!
Alright, we are gonna have a lot of skirmishers in this battle, I remember that. So depending on who they lead with, I'm probably going to form testudo, force the enemy to have to come at me. And it looks like through the olive orchards they're going to have the majority of their forces just get in range here shortly. So we'll see if it makes any difference. I'm not sure if it will. Spear warriors. Granted, I don't have as many men on the battlefield, but this one doesn't seem to be lagging quite as much as the others. I don't know if it's going to render to that extent, but we'll see.
General!
Alright. Spear warriors, Celtic slingers. Yeah, okay. Majority of their forces are actually coming down through here. It's understood.
Our general is under attack.
Alright.
General! Move out!
We're gonna move those guys up. So my original intent is going to get replaced by pushing against these forces. all sides there. Alright, skirmishers, now's your time. Push through. Push through. I'm gonna do 2 lines for them, that way one backs up the other. My hope is to do some damage, maybe, to the skirmisher block behind. Or even, would be really awesome, get them stuck in. I'm gonna use the plebes to... plebes? Yep, plebs. I'm gonna have them go to try to kite these Celtic skirmishers, or more to the point, get kited, since that term actually means to follow a unit, or otherwise draw out a unit and have it chase you. My study over here are getting beat to no end. That's going to be a problem. Looks like these spear warriors are going to be doing their thing. There's axe warriors there, and they're probably what are causing me the most damage. Oh no, Abo's there. Okay, the Oathsworn. Alright, you guys there.
Romans ready for duty. Ready. Happy to serve Rome. Advance at
We're gonna charge you guys there. You two here. Who's still in?
Orders understood.
Okay. Point is, this is happening.
The men are wavering.
Already? Haven't even hardly been in combat. Okay, well that will help. The spear warriors are getting beat down by all their allies.
We await your command. Advance at speed. Quick march.
Come on, you still haven't caught up? Well, they're doing their job. That's the important part.
Take aim, orders! But now!
I'm gonna get those guys in position. That's doing alright.
We obey!
Well, they're not taking any more casualties, at least, or at least very few. But I have got to get rid of that block of skirmishers. Attack.
Forward!
Along with my general.
Advance! Enemy troops awaiting orders. One of our units has used all its ammunition. Red for glory!
Okay, that's a good sign. Now we got it. push in. Heh. That's a push. I'll deal with that. That's not all bad. That's not all bad. I can't talk. So we're all clear, I cannot talk. I swear I'm not drunk. It's not like me. Gotta keep an eye on these guys.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Sons of Mars! Melee troops awaiting your command. Proud Romans all. By your command.
Grass, I'll admit. This more put up a better fight than I thought, and my tactic had to, of course, adjust. So there we go again for trying our best at the tactic. I really don't like running back with these guys, but I'm gonna have to. Kinda have to. Yep, can't talk. Don't know what's wrong with my vocalization things. Oh, come on, kill that guy. Abo needs to die badly.
The battle is turning in our favor. Our men flee the field of battle.
I'm sure they do.
This is a shameful display.
Alright, we headed those guys off. That. The plebs look like they did not do well against these guys. But, we won the battle anyway. I'm good with it. Alright, so the raid attempt on Genua has been thwarted, and we dealt a pretty decent defeat on their forces, depleting them of over 1,000 men. At the loss of 700 of mine, which will replenish, of course. The Rorari and one unit of Estati took the majority of the hits, as can be seen. So that's alright. The wonderful thing about garrison forces is they replenish as long as one member of the unit is around. They also get to keep their rank. So that's kind of nice. Veterancy goes up. Could potentially have a very elite garrison here. But that was, I believe, half of the forces that were at Medlan. Those were the garrison that was there when I attempted to siege it with Libo. Now that they're gone, I might be able to press again. I really don't know if I'm going to press with Lentulus simply because he needs to replenish his forces from that remarkably ineffective skin of our teeth victory at north of, I think it's Patavium. Not good with the northern Italian cities. I'm trying to remember what it was, but he needs to sit and stew for a little bit, gain back his forces in order to make any kind of second attempt. If I can take Medlan, that's a walled city. That would be nice to just simply garrison. Once the garrison's up, I might be able to turn this around by holding on to that. And then using it as a stopgap there at the Alps, turn our attention on the Nori, take them out, maybe subjugate them. I know, I'm doing a lot of vassaldom, but puppet states at this time period are more effective than outright conquest, because every time I do outright conquest, I butt up against a new enemy that's going to be trying to hurt me. Whereas if I have a buffer state, they will give me at least a bumper in case of attack. So long as they're not at war with that faction. They could still be, they might get to be. But, for the time being, I think that's my method I'm going to use here, especially with these early Republican units. enslave them. Interesting. They do have some units of Oathsworn, that bother me. Everything else should be easy enough. So, looks like we're having a battlefield episode. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the garrison. Those, other units, those Oathsworn, they're gonna be the problem. Axe Warriors, I don't want my Spearmen against them. They got good armor-piercing damage with their weapons. I might put the Gladiators against them, I'm not sure. But I think Triari against the Oathsworn might be decent enough to be able to halt. I might actually put the Triari up forward, so this is going to be a weird looking force. And it's raining. That'll affect my my balliste. I keep doing that.
Grouped and ready! Principes!
We're gonna do a refused line.
Battle group ready and awaiting orders!
The objective being to lead with our troops that we want them to attack in the center. Everything else on the wings. I'm going to keep my lighter but heavier shock again in the back because I want to swing them around and attack the flanks. I will keep these guys in reserve. Those are, like I said, the other forces there. Those are my gladiators. Alright, explosive is all I need there. We got our equites. I want to hide them in the woods. So that'll work. Alright.
Have no mercy in your hearts today. The barbarian hordes over there.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
They do not even have a word for mercy in their pig grunting of a language. Any man with mercy in his heart will answer to me. Make ready.
Alright, they're leading with their Oathsworn. I see that. Hopefully we can whittle them down a bit. Like that. Didn't kill anybody, but... wow. There we go. It's gonna be a slippery slope, and I know I'm kind of on the reverse side of the hill. It's partially intentional. It'll stop some of these slingers from being quite so accurate. Rionorix here needs to be taken out as soon as possible. So my objective is to use my cat to take out the skirmishers. I think that's the best use of them right now. But I gotta wait for the melee line to get committed. Once they're committed, I can push out from from the tree line. This is, of course, unfortunately their territory, so there's a hidden bonus fighting in your own, as there always is. But Triari in the center, they should be able to hold firm pretty well. And notice most of our Oathsworn are over on this side. So I'm gonna move those units over.
Double time! Quick march!
I'm gonna move the Principes
Principes!
a little farther.
At the double!
Still keeping with my general idea. Looks like they may be... Yeah, there's their Oathsworn there. Spear Warriors there, so I'm going to use these guys to create a flank wing, which should work well there. So, very strange battle line, but it should work. Should work. Oop.
Melee infantry at your command! Triari! For Testudo! And defensive Testudo!
A little late, but better than nothing. The rest of their forces are there, which bothers me. I see what they're doing here. They want to wait for these guys to get used, so what I'm going to do is move my reserve component over to the left flank, do a refuse. They've pulled back with Rionorix, which means I can't hit him unless I use my Ballistae, which I might do. I don't know how effective that's going to be, simply because they're really not pinpoint accurate, but we'll see. These guys are going to throw their Pilum into the side, the unshielded side of these Spear Warriors, which should devastate them quite well. Spear Warriors here. Yeah, our line is holding pretty effectively. That unit got kind of tore up a bit, but it's still not bad. Spear Warriors and Spear Warriors. We're gonna do something there. Have those guys in the thick of it. Where'd my other unit go?
Gladiators ready!
Of course.
Victory for Rome!
Smooth, guys, smooth. Against those, we should be alright. We're having trouble hitting around that hill. Alright, I think we're committed enough now so I can start doing this. I know, they haven't really gotten into the fight yet.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Oh, that would have been awesome if that had hit the general. I'm not that lucky. I need to waver these guys' morale, because they're just putting that much pressure on this unit. Yeah, that Triari's finally getting hit hard, so...
For the gods! Honor and glory! Equites! Orders! Advance!
Do some rear charges here. I will get the skirmishers, but I gotta take pressure off this right flank. It is just getting beat up. Left flank looks like it's doing alright. In fact, I'm gonna move these guys forward. We're going to pull these guys back.
Equites!
Thank you for not
One
being
of our
Attila,
units has used all its ammunition.
where I take huge casualties on the withdraw. That's one of the things I don't like about Attila. Alright, those guys are finally coming into the fight. Finally coming in. Good. Gonna move you out. You guys there. We'll go attack the spear warriors there. Alright. Pull in. Gotta free up these Hastati on the right flank. It is a necessity, and I'm surprised those guys were able to throw at that distance. They weren't very effective, but that was kind of terrifying. Okay.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
We're gonna start now that everybody's involved in the fight. Doing a bit of that.
Orders understood.
Alright. Pull back. Good. That's what I want to see. Guys got chopped up. Those poor Principes. These guys are in the fight. I'm going to curl around with the gladiators. I'm going to have to withdraw the cav because here come the spearmen. Aggravating. Those are Oathsworn. We're going to start rotating our line on the right flank. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm gonna catch up some of these units that trailed behind. That's fine. Whatever. Isn't gonna make a bit of difference, really.
The men are wavering.
Attacked there by that unit of Celtic slingers. That's fine. I'm gonna withdraw you guys up. You guys are gonna continue to rotate through the line. Principes on the left flank are gonna rotate out, maybe even catch the Oathsworn for the general. That's my hope. Those are still Celtic tribesmen. I mean, they're low tier, but they could still do damage. I'm not gonna have you go chasing all over creation for those guys. Oh. They withdraw. Man, those guys are the bane of my existence. I need to get rid of them. Okay, those guys are gonna do that. I got 2 more units of Principes here, which I'm going to move out here. Keep kiting them.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Alright.
This is a shameful display.
Cool. I think we're gonna do it. We might even crush the majority of this enemy army. I'm gonna have the generals start to do some major effective crazy yelling. Maybe even make them break. That's my hope. Triari, get out of that formation. You guys stay in it.
Our general is under attack.
Let's try and make complete envelopment. Nope, you guys are doing that. Kill the Celtic skirmishers there. Ah! Didn't watch them. Didn't watch them. Okay, Equites, get out. You're getting wrecked. Up the hill. perfect. That'll work. You guys have done well. Take your position behind the battle line. General, stop getting into the thick of the fight. That's not what I want. I want you to mop up. In order to mop up, you need to have people left. And we are going to frenzy the general here in a second. And that is how you kill a general. Alright. Unfortunately, this is Libo, so he's gonna be crazy effective from here on out. Alright, complete the envelopment, guys. Complete the envelopment. You do not know what you guys are doing. Might be our time. Let's see.
The battle is turning in our favor.
And that's how you get revenge on a unit of spearmen. That'll work. Killer general. Want him dead. Kill him dead. Nope, this unit.
The enemy general is dead.
We need to kill off everybody. Or at least who we can. That was a good battle. That was much better than before. With the other guys, we caught them on the reverse side of a hill, we enveloped them, we did a number of different tactics, including refused lines and rotating flanks. And I used my cavalry far more effectively, which is very nice. These axe warriors need to go. Where are these? More axe warriors, of course. Spear warriors, axe warriors. We'll have them go over here. I think we killed off the Oathsworn nearly to a man. There's a group right there. Can't say I'm too upset about it. Oh yeah, Rionorix's last man is right here. He's like, I gotta leave. Didn't give you permission to stop. Chase after him. Guys with your tiny little gladiator shields. It's like a weird epithet. You have a tiny gladiator shield. What do you say to that? They're slowly mopping them up as best they can. Obviously, they are a depleted unit. A lot of the skirmishers, unfortunately, are going to retreat out. I could go after those slingers, but they're in the woods. I think I got a better effective use of my cavalry by sending them over here to assist. Maybe. Maybe not. Might actually be done with this battle. I don't think I can chase too many more. "12 ought to be good. I doubt that unit's reforming. Yeah. Not bad. 3,514 were deployed, 3,230 were killed. I think we destroyed that army to a loss of 1,000. I can live with that. Jeez. Our Triari got tore up, but they can take the punishment. It'll it'll take a while to get them up and going, but gladiators were effective. Pretty much everybody was pretty dang effective against those guys. Can't really knock it. That wasn't bad. Arrowsworn did get a decent amount of kills, which is aggravating, but I couldn't really get to them in the amount of time I wanted to there, but still. Libos has a great, glorious victory again. He has to always one-up Lentulus, doesn't he? Interesting. So yeah, I think we just had a reversal of fortune in Cisalpine Gaul suddenly. Libo should be able to take Midland, and then I think we'll try to see if we can get the Raeti to have peace. And then we just have to worry about the Nori and the Helvetii. We might be able to sue for peace since we haven't even fought against them. Battle along the Po went well. Death is no different from life. Thales, huh? I think it is. Namely, that it's death. You're kinda not moving or thinking when you're dead. Not physically, at least. Yeah, that was effective. And double plank construction is finished. Now that I really don't need a navy, but at least for the time being, would probably be a good idea to have one, though, just to keep the Carthaginians from thinking about it. We are super depleted, but I kinda really need to take these guys out.
Victory for Rome!
Wow. Now how... you guys were in the battle, you got destroyed nearly to a man. These were the only 2 units left, and they got all these new units again? That's bold. But... I'm gonna fight it out. I don't want to take the extra casualties. So, holy cow, 3 battles in an episode. Holy cow. My depleted units, I think I'm going to put in a reserve line. They're going to just come into fighting if I need them, but I don't think I'm gonna. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. They got an immediate replenishment of those units. Not even a turn after they attacked me and lost nearly everything in their garrison. That is a cheat. That makes no sense. I mean, unless they're like inferior quality, I don't think that's acceptable. I'm a whiner. I'll still win. Okay.
Brave movements to a man. Melee troop. Spearmen, ready for orders. Orders understood. Moritori te salutamus.
Yeah. What that guy said.
Gladiators ready.
It's a weird specialty line, but it'll work.
Missile infantry ready. We await your command. Ready and waiting. Battle group ready and awaiting orders. Troops and ready. Swift riders at your command.
Forget about those guys. Yeah, they're just gonna stay back.
Cohort Parati! Equites! Yours to command.
Alright.
By the souls of my venerated ancestors, this is an excellent day for
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
a good day for killing ghouls, but today it feels particularly right and proper. So, let's be at them.
That was a weird glitch. They must be rethinking their plan. So here we have Ogetorix of the Reti, slowly creeping up in a dense formation against me. Seems like probably not the best option, but that's fine. Very orange. Wait, suntanned or something? Covered in olive oil? They burn well. Maybe it is olive oil. Yeah, finally, thanks. Maybe we should probably move forward faster. Oh! Yep, he made it. Barely. Ooh, much more accurate. Yeah, we are ripping them now.
At the double! At speed! At the double!
Okay, there we go.
Our general is under
See what
attack.
happens there. Who didn't see you? Reserves. Attack.
General!
You can think better of that.
Victoria! Lead us! At speed!
Yep, retreat out. More people attack that guy.
Spear infantry, ready! Equites!
Pull back.
Quickly now! Triarii! Advance at
Pull back.
speed! General!
Very good, guys.
Jupiter gives us strength!
Very good.
Melee troops awaiting orders.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
The enemy general is dead.
I'm not sure what the pivot was for, but a little bit of haste would probably be a good thing, guys.
Emergent speed! Melee infantry ready. Astati! At speed! Stand ready! Defensive test to
Alright. Fine with me, because this will force him to attack me in melee. Perfectly fine with it.
At the double!
Whoa! Yeah, that unit got wrecked. Pull back.
The men are wavering.
Surprisingly effective.
Our general has fallen.
Oh wow, there goes Libo. Finally. I'm not all that upset about it. In fact, I'm probably gonna lose a battle now. Cool. Well, that was dumb. That's what I get for not paying attention. The dang line, break them. There you got them.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Sure they do.
This is a shameful display.
That'll be fine.
Warriors eager for blood!
Arsadas! Tribunus! Principes! To charge!
Okay, break those guys. I'll be fine. And I got rid of Libo. I'm happy with that. If he's the only unit I lose in this, which I doubt it, I'm probably going to lose a couple others, I will be happy.
Astarte! Romans ready for duty! Astarte! Principes! Glory for Rome!
Alright, their line's collapsing now. Good.
Proud Romans all!
Still call BS on that. That was a stupidly huge amount of forces. But Libo
One of our
died.
units has used all its ammunition.
Caught off guard, busy focused on the forces right in front of him. I did him a disservice, but in the process I got rid of a potential enemy. Now I hope I don't do something like that with Lentulus. That would be terrible. Man, he just sat there and ate javelins. That was probably not the most strategically sound opinion, so, you know, that happens. Ooh, that's a big block, tribesman. Awesome. These guys look like they're nearly dead. Go after those short swords. Two.
Engage!
You can deal with 5 of those guys. That was a big unit. Oh, that was mine. Surprisingly, the Principes are catching up to the Sax warrior group. Strange pokey motion kills, but limit the amount of respawn they get. Though apparently they get a full stupid unit. Watch my language. Here we go. Equites. Take them out. That was a good charge. Oh yeah. Not bad. Nice little pile of dead gulls right there. We'll kill the one last guy over here. Pretty scenery. Beautiful plains. Near Midland. Good enough. Another close victory, namely because Libo died, but I lost 400 to their 1500, so they should be done. I don't think they're coming back from that. I lost a lot of Hastati, more than I thought I was going to. Equites gained another rank, looks like silver now, so that's good. But I'm going to have to replenish this legion. It's heavily depleted. Even with replenishment, I think I'm going to have to replace at least a couple units. So Medlan, I'll have to hold at for a little bit. But luckily they're relatively low tier units. I mean, Hastati should be able to get that even with an auxiliary barracks, I think. Or for the tier 1 barrack building, which I'm okay with that. We'll finish up what we were doing this turn, but I think that'll probably be an episode because we're approaching an hour, I believe. 3 battles in one episode, though. At least we got some good play in, and that second battle was really good. Libo did his magnum opus right before he kicked the bucket and took a javelin to the face. I like the fact he died like a punk. It's appropriate. There we have Boventius. He has negative 20 to slave unrest, which might be useful here considering. There's Varus. Now don't put him in charge of a legion, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, wrong time period, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna get him killed. There's Aurelius Miranda. He actually has quite a few good stats. He may be Near 50% of the size of the commander's aura, unfortunately. But plus 10 to public order for bread and games edict. I think I'm gonna do him. Partially because he doesn't really cost anything, and there's no negative for my faction as a whole.
Ready for orders.
Now he's going to win himself a victory against these guys. And we're not going to fight that one out, we're just going to auto-resolve. Lost a unit of Triari. Now those are harder to replace.
At your command. We
But
hunger
he's
for battle.
started on his campaign. Miranda may be worth watching now. And he has the first Italica. We have Strategist, which will be good. Wow. Can we say spam the military buildings? Jeez.
Commander.
Okay, good news is I apparently have all the requisite buildings to replenish this legion back to full strength. So that's what I'm gonna do. Perfect. That will work. Let's see if we can't get rid of that guy. Nope. Dang.
At your service.
Alright, well then just do that.
Ready for orders.
And looks like Lentulus army is building back up. Should be good to go. Going to up that one again. And what do we have here? Okay, we did that, which we're gonna build it. That's melee attack and defense plus charge bonus. Might be good to just get that. But we also need to not... Yeah, we should probably improve irrigation so we get more farms, get food out so it's less chance of a famine because we overexpand or something. Okay, Neapolis is finished with its trade dock. We're gonna get some quadrenes at Eulalia. That was expensive. Alright. Now let's see if now we can get ourselves some peace up here. Maybe.
I am sure you have many pleasantries for me, but please, don't bother. Talk of meat, not honey.
Let's extort.
There is a time when warriors
We
must
could agree to
sheathe the
that.
sword. I have little gain in wasting the day on you. What you say had better please my ears.
For my people.
Gods of the afterlife, spare my arse.
So that is the last unit that might actually cause me some problems, and now with the extra income,
Greetings! Speak plainly and without idle purpose.
I don't
and
want
all
that
the-
actually. The Getae are creating a bit of a problem here. Chimera?
Greetings, my friend. You have my ear.
Okay, I need to turn my attention back south again and worry about another Punic War. but at least for the moment things are manageable again in the north. We have gained victories, killed Libo off, which is awesome, and are now only at war with the Helvetes, so we have a manageable war again in the north. We also have the capacity to hold on to all of this, which is awesome. I wonder. Yep. That's what I thought. He's Quaestor now. Whoa. A deal. Excellent. Imagine that's it. Yep, for the time being. But there we've upgraded everybody, we've promoted everybody, we've got a Cornelii member of the family again in a army, so there we have it. For the time being, I'm going to leave it here. Our next time out, we've got some empires forming on our borders all around us, so we could be in some big wars shortly. And I will have to replenish those armies, bring it into the war against the Helvetii, maybe even subjugate them. I didn't get my subjugations across the Alps, but I'm okay with that. Rhaetia Noricum is not yet part of the Empire, nor should it be. But the Republic has expanded, has solid borders, and has excellent soldiers. So next time we may be ready for another war, maybe against Carthage, maybe against Massalia when we double-cross them. We'll see. We'll see what happens that time. Can't talk. Anyway, for the not talking person, I will see you later.